another Generation 2 Plasticon review! Woohoo! Welcome back to another Plasticon review. Today we're going to cover Generation 2 Legacy Optimus Prime Laser Rod style. And here's Laser Prime, or Generation 2 Prime, or Tanker Prime, that everybody wants to call him. This is the modern iteration of G2 Optimus Prime. And he looks pretty fantastic, I would have to say that. I am definitely a fan of this, and I actually do like this truck a lot. He's got a very, very G2-ish vibe going on here. Just a comparison here. Here's a Generation 2 hubcap that is done up as Volt, and kind of gives you a bit of a size comparison here. He actually really looks great next to him. I don't know what it is, but it's the scale here just works very well. This just kind of makes me happy. I don't know what it is. It just makes me happy. Maybe it's the fact that they all both have flames. I mean, come on. I do like the flame deco going on here. But let's get Volt out of here and take a closer look at Prime. First off, let's look at his trailer. His trailer is this nice silver. Doesn't have the decal on there, but I know Repro Labels actually has made decals for these in the past, so it's pretty neat. Would have been kind of nice to see the G2 emblem thrown maybe right here on top of this right here to kind of cover that hole. Would have been kind of cool, but it is what it is. Turn around to the back. There's no taillight detail or anything, but hey, you know, these modern toys, some of them are kind of lacking on paint, but that's okay. I do appreciate the fact that they did paint all this here red on both sides, just like the original run. I know the original run was a gray, and then they came out with a chrome one with a reissue in the early 2000s. I want to say it was 01 or 02, something like that. But fantastic, just absolutely fantastic. I can't gush enough over the detail they've thrown on this thing. It's nice that they have all the little detailed bits here on top. And this does look like a little gun that can pop up, but it actually doesn't pop up. If you pull on it, it literally just comes completely out. It would have been nice to have kind of like a little raising mechanism so they can at least use that, but that's okay. I mean, you can kind of just set it on there if you wanted. Kind of turn it. I do know that some of the guns on this are actually compatible with your blast effects. So, and you can, I guess, plug it in this way. So that way he's got to turn facing the sky. I don't know. Do what you want. It's your toy, right? Yeah, it's very cool. I like this. Let's go ahead and... One thing I noticed here, it's actually even got the crazy molding right here on the front, because the original had this kind of weird molding going on here as well, which they really did pay attention to detail. Let's get Prime out of the way here. Let's go ahead and transform his trailer. This trailer has a very simple transformation. You just pull the front portion up like this, and if you're anything like me, I tried to put all the bits and pieces kind of more or less where they needed to be. Let's back this up a little. That way you guys can see this a little better. Since this does get kind of large, you pull out on the sides of the trailer, and then bits and pieces like to fall out. That's okay. And you just kind of stand him up just like you would the original. And this part here, and you flip this little portion here down, just like so. And then this part here kind of flips out, and then it's got like a little arm that will come out all the way, and pull this little ramp down, and then push this in, and there you go. And it's kind of nice how the gun turret actually does not actually have to be removed. which is cool. You can completely turn this thing all the way around if you want. But, you know, it kind of just depends on which direction you're wanting this whole base mode to go. It does have places here to store the shield and the sword. The sword actually will plug in these two little tabs here. It's kind of a inlay where the bits and pieces go. They have to be on the specific sides. One thing I am noticing though, the amount of detail on the inside of this thing is absolutely incredible. If you're big on black washing or doing anything like that, you would really, really have a heyday with this. If you're really into, like, you know, customizing your Transformers. This does happen to come completely off too, which is kind of funny because I'm like, everything here is a 5mm port, I swear. Like, everything is nowadays. You can literally do anything you want with this thing. This is kind of funny because I think I can, yep, I can do this and then make it look like, I don't know, some kind of crazy rocket turret or something, if you wanted. I mean, this does come off, so you can remove this. Spin this around. Yeah, makes it look like there's an actual, like, I don't know, cannon here. I don't know if anybody's ever done this before, but hey, I dig it. I think it's great. I'm into options because options are amazing. They're just a really, really good little thing to do with this Prime. If I can get this thing back in. There we go. And you can put his gun pretty much anywhere you want. You've got a bunch of these little 5mm ports all over this whole thing, so if you have a bunch of your little like powered up, the guys are split up in half. I can never remember. Weaponizers. There's a name. There's a name. See, I know things. Weaponizers. You can take those and plug those in everywhere you want. But, you know, as it stands, it's not a bad little trailer. But let's move this up out of the way. Let's take a closer look at Prime himself. It's got that nice red and black going on that everybody loves with G2 with the blue feet hanging out. Hey, this is iconic. It just has to look that great. I kind of wish they would have thrown a G2 emblem here instead of the G1. Kind of missed the mark on that one, but I'm not really going to complain. Would have been really nice though to see a G2 emblem right there. But his transformation, we're going to walk it through together because, you know, I haven't done this in a while. Now flip these bits here up. These two side doors. And then rock this thing down just like so. And it's kind of funny, I can do this. You know, split his feet up. Go truck! Really? Why would you not like that? Oh, by the way, I did forget to point out, I like the fact that they did put a little bit of yellow around the headlights to kind of show that illumination gimmick that the original had. Anyway, I haven't done this in a while, so let's figure this out. I'll just flip up. This whole back piece here kind of moves up out of the way. And split this in half. I'm going to take his little skirt pieces here and flip those back down out of the way for now. And then, trying to think. Brain doesn't want to work. That's okay. We all have those days. Oh no! I had an arm fall off. You gotta love modern Transformers. They just love to fall apart sometimes. Anyway. Let's see here. Oh, this opens up more than this. This is an episode of Plasticon struggling with modern transformations. Tune in next week because there'll probably be more. Anyway, you flip this Jeez. Okay, the arm keeps on pop off on mine. Anyway, these supposed to flip out, I thought. Maybe they don't. Maybe they do. I don't know. Yep, they do. I don't know why this side here is stuck. Anyway, it's supposed to flip out like this. And he move his arm out. That way it's out of the way. Put his hip skirt back down. I'll do the same here. Why did that? Why was that so difficult? Why was that so difficult? Anyway, and then you flip down these parts here. You just kind of move over to the side. That way it builds his shoulder pylons. And this piece here actually rotates around. If I can get it to not run into everything when I'm trying to do it. Oops. It's because it's running into these bits. Let's move that up that way. Yep, this is an episode of Plasticon struggling with modern engineering. Gotta love it. Oh, there we go. See? I knew I'd get it. Nothing broke, guys. Nothing broke. It just popped off. This is my own fault, probably, because I'm a noob. I'm having a noob moment. Gotta love that. Oh, spin his legs around, by the way. There we go. Hey, he's looking a little better, sort of. I think he's supposed to plug in somewhere. Anyway, flip his head up like this. This whole thing here, and it'll collapse us to the back. Oh, that's right, derp. These are not hip skirts. Okay, move that up out of the way. That's what I'm doing wrong. Ha ha ha. Somebody in the comments is probably like, hey, moron, you're gonna break it. Yep, I probably am. Because it is supposed to fold in just like that. Yep. And this is why I don't do a lot of modern transformers, because they're a little complicated for me sometimes. There we go. Hey, look, we're getting somewhere. It's starting to look like Prime. Okay, yep, that popped into place exactly like it should. And there we go. And spin these things here around the proper way. Just plug it in. There we go. Shoulder pylon. Shoulder pylon. That flips down. That flips down. Split his legs in half. And then reach in here and flip the fist out. There we go. There we go. And here, flip the fist out. There we go. Aha! There we go. We got Optimus Prime in his robot mode. That was a little more than what I thought it was going to be. Anyway, I do like what he looks like. He actually turns out to be a very, very nice looking robot. It's a nice update to the vintage one. The vintage one, it's a fairly decent toy. It's the reason why it was reused so many times. He does have these little missile pod things here that open up on his shoulders, which is very gimmicky and very G2. I like that a lot. I don't mind the fact that they're blue too. I think that's pretty nice. And it's got decent articulation. His legs kind of kick out and go back, and he can kick himself in the back if he wants. It does have ankle tilt too, and lace rotation, decent little hands can actually move, which is nice. I'm actually glad this doesn't have opening and closing hands. I kind of don't like that on smaller toys. This head does, he does have a pretty awesome head sculpt. It's very G2, and mine's a little stiff, and I've seen a lot of people do this and the head pop off. But yeah, the head on this is extremely tight on mine, so I don't really want to move it too much. Can hold his sword. I think he can hold a sword. He should be able to hold a sword. Why are you not holding your sword, dude? Alright, fine, let's try the other hand. Oh, there we go. Haha. See? And then he's got this other piece that turns into an axe. You just kind of flip this open. This does not split in half or anything. It looks like it can, but I haven't been able to figure out whether it actually does split in half or not. It would have been neat if it did, but little axe in his hand. Yep. His sword and his axe, which, you know, he never had the axe. This is just a really strange thing, and I know you can put this on the sword and make the sword longer. I don't like doing that. I'm just not a fan of it. But you can take the little double pistol piece off the trailer and put that in his hand, and there you go. You have the appropriate guns that Laser Prime would actually have, which would be the dual gun and his laser sword, because that's what Laser Prime had. Quickly off camera, transform good old hubcap here, aka Jolt, into his robot mode real quick. Well, you guys can see these two standing next to each other. And there you go. It is a very appropriate thing, since he doesn't actually have a weapon. I wonder if he can actually hold his axe, because that would be gnarly if I can get him to hold his axe. Yeah. These Michael Bay Transformers never had any kind of like weaponry ability. Like, I don't understand why they went away from not having actual 5mm ports. Would have been nice. Here, he can sort of. We're gonna fake it here, because you know that's what the Michael Bay movies were all about, right? Faking it. I don't know. I was always a fan of this one. I thought it was awesome. But there you go. You got the two of them standing next to each other, and he's carrying his axe, which is nice. This big old battle platform here in the background, which is nice. I actually don't mind this. This is an awesome toy. One thing I did notice though when I got this, which is kind of silly, but I didn't realize until I actually watched a review of it. Get him out of here before I knock something else over. You guys notice these are not the original knees. These are actually 3D printed upgrades, which actually makes them look a lot better. Because I remember seeing the actual pictures, and these knees did not have this kind of a chunk to it. So I appreciate that. The other thing you can do is you can open this up. And he's got his Matrix of Leadership, which is nice. And this does come out, but I mean, you can't really even hold it. So I'll just leave it in there. It's kind of nice though that the windows are translucent, so that way you can see the matrix on the inside. And I don't mind the transparent windows on this being the truck because it doesn't really show a whole lot of stuff inside of it when it's in robot mode. And this piece here, it's kind of cool how this is all like detailed on the inside. I mean, it was not really even necessary. I don't know why they did that, but I mean, I guess you can flip this down. And it fills in the back here, the cab, but I mean, it's not really necessary for robot mode, but it's there. I guess it kind of gives him booster rockets or whatever. But anyway, that has been Legacy Optimus Prime Generation 2 Laser Prime style. Because, you know, I love G2. I really do. And this isn't actually a bad upgrade. Just because parts were popping off. That was probably my own fault. Because I'm a bit haphazard sometimes with things. Especially these larger, more complicated transformations now. I'm just not really... I don't know what it is. It's just that it's just not really a thing. I did forget to mention when I had the truck done, these parts here on his thighs actually pop out to be fuel tanks. I just realized that those actually were not even out in truck mode. Anyway, they flip in. They still look cool. You can't really tell, dude. They could be in or out, honestly. It wouldn't really matter on his truck mode, but his truck mode is pretty fantastic. Robot mode's pretty great too, and I do like the fact that the shoulder pylons can actually move up and down, so they kind of get out of the way if you really want to get him in some kind of dynamic posing, you know. Because, you know, I can clearly do that on camera without breaking him, right? There we go. Because, you know, I can clearly get his head to turn without popping it off. There. Here we go. Because, you know, G2 Prime, gotta love him. Anyway, this has been Plasticon. This has been our Generation 2 Transformer review. I'll catch you guys later. I'll play more coming your way. That's it for now. Bye!